Hello, my name is Misha with Land Energy, and this is our next video in our tech series, how to clean and maintain your chain. So the first thing that you're gonna need is some chain lube, this one, some chain cleaner. You can also use kerosene if you have kerosene, and a nylon brush. So you really wanna use nylon, not brass. But that also depends on what chain you're using. Nylon's gonna be for an O-ring style chain, so we don't damage that. If you have a non-sealed chain, then you can use brass, and your lubrication, you can also just use chainsaw oil. So step one, you're gonna wanna get a floor jack or a scissor lift to lift the rear end of your district. So step two, we're gonna check the current state of our chain and sprocket. So what I like to do is kind of give it a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a twist and wiggle, just to make sure that there's not too much lash. Over time, things can get oval shaped and then you can have a lot of movement in that, and we don't want that. On our sprocket, we want to make sure that we have a little bit of flat, and I don't know if you can zoom in to see that flat right there. What'll start happening when you do get too much wear in your chain, you'll start to actually cut away the leading and the trailing end of your sprocket, creating a sharp kind of shark tooth look. If you see that sharpness, you got to change your sprocket. Step three is cleaning the chain. So today we're going to be using chain cleaner, but you can also use kerosene. And you really want to soak the chain. So we're going to start with the top part of the chain, and as I rotate, just spraying down on the top and hitting the side. Now you can see, if this bike was a clean bike, we might want to do this off the bike. Now that I hit the top of the chain, I'm going to rotate and go straight down and hit the bottom of the chain. And you can see all the dirt and grime that's come off there. And now that your chain is soaked, we're going to take our chain cleaner, and we have this beautiful three-sided one, so we only have to do a couple operations. And we're gonna put our tool right there, and I'm gonna rotate it this direction, just in case. If we're rotating it this way, we might come towards the sprocket, which we don't wanna do. So we'll just hit this. Just keep on rotating that around. You can see all the dirt that's coming off of that. And then again, I'm gonna rotate. And I need to get a little bit closer here. So again, we're gonna be spinning this tire counterclockwise. Now that's a clean chain. Now that we've cleaned our chain, step five, let's actually hit it one more time with our chain cleaner or kerosene. And you can see all that extra dirt and grime that we kind of brought to the top and brushed off is now getting fully soaked and cleaned. So step six is drying the chain and getting it prepared for the lube. So you have to dry the chain in order for that lube to stick. So I'm gonna use a microfiber, and as it's going through, I'm gonna dab it. If you can see there's dirt on there that's coming off, you wanna wipe that as well. That's around your sprocket. And now I'm just gonna kind of let it sit on top while I rotate it counterclockwise. One more time down here, I'm gonna kind of pinch it a little bit. Let it run through this microfiber. All right. I'm gonna dry around the sprocket one more time. Let's see if that's dry. Still a little bit wet, so let's dry some more. So the final step is to lubricate the chain. I'm using a multi-purpose spray grease chain lube. There's a ton on the market that you can use out there. You just want to make sure it's specific to whether you're using a sealed or non-sealed chain. I'm going to rotate it counterclockwise, and as I'm rotating it, I'm looking at the top of the sprocket just to see when that lube is coming in. And I can see it, so I know I've gone all the way around the chain, hitting the sides a little bit as well. And on inspection, that looks like a nicely lubed chain. Gonna go ahead and clean up the area. So now that your chain is lubricated, let's give it about 10 or 15 minutes to let that dry, and then you'll be all set to hit the road. If you have any questions, reference the documents in the video description or reach out to hello@land.email. And as always, ride safe.